I'm Andi Simon. I'm a corporate anthropologist, CEO and founder of Simon Associates Management Consultants. For the last 2 decades, we've specialized in helping organizations see, feel, and think in new ways so they could sustain their growth and change. So today's topic is very timely and something that we know a great deal about because we do it all the time with our clients. In fact, my first book, On the Brink, A Fresh Lens to Take Your Business to New Heights, was all about how a little anthropology could help your business grow. Today, we're going to talk about the 5 things you should know to scale your business. What does scale mean? Well, you want to take it, like one client of ours, from 10 million to 100 million. But it was a family firm. He had hired his wife, her sister, and he wasn't quite sure how to add the processes he needed, much less the staff, to get to where he wanted to go. Another client was a $350 million engineering firm, very successful, wanted to triple its size in 5 years. What did that mean? Or another early stage company had hit the $5 million range and wanted to get to 25 million. The business was coming in. How could she scale to reach where she wanted to go as a company and as a person? What does this mean to scale? How do you get the right things in the right place at the right time so you can sustain your growth, capture the market, and grow? So here are the 5 things I want you to think about. They may be absolutely relevant for you today or for tomorrow. The very first thing is strategy, strategy, strategy. Now I'll admit, a blue ocean strategist. And we can talk about that. What's a red ocean where you're competing, a blue ocean where you're creating? But without a strategy, a story, a simple story that integrates all the things you're doing and why it's beneficial to your market, you really have no way of getting anywhere. Far too often, companies come to us and they're stuck or stalled. That's what my book was about. And they don't know where they're going or how they're going to get there. Business had grown, word of mouth, some marketing, but now it was unclear where their customers were going and where they were going to go. So strategy becomes extremely important. And remember, culture eats strategy for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So you have to make sure they're aligned. You can have a great culture but no strategy. That doesn't help you. A great strategy in the wrong culture, that doesn't either. So give some thought to what kind of strategy are you going to have to scale your business for the future. The second thing that's extremely important, and I suspect you've already learned this, are the people you hire, develop, and at times replace. My husband, a serial entrepreneur, had a very successful business. He grew as a founder to $100 million and then successfully sold it. A lot of scaling in there. But he realized early on that the people who he hired at the beginning weren't necessarily the ones who could take him to the next stage or the next stage. How do you assess your people? Hire the right ones, train and develop them, and make sure they have the right story for your strategy and the right skills to take you there. It's not inconsequential, and the hardest thing, that client who had hired all family to create a family firm realized too soon that they were a nice family but didn't necessarily have any of the skills he needed to grow. Now the third thing is often the case. Don't let your ideas be the sole driver of your business growth. Far too often innovators who have great ideas don't monetize them. They know they have a great idea, but they are not quite sure how to turn it into a good business. The ideas are extremely important, so have them. Hold them tight, but don't let them be the sole driver of why you're there, what your purpose is, and how you're going to grow the business. If an idea doesn't have a process around it, the right people in place, the right initiatives to take it forward, it sits and sits and sits and doesn't go anywhere. Now, the fourth one is funding. I work with a lot of women entrepreneurs, and they are all very interesting because they tell us how they've grown their business out of revenues, not out of funding. What are your funding sources to grow? How do you scale appropriately? You may have started with family and friends, but you've hit a point now where you have bank funding, and then maybe you want some other kinds of capital coming in. But you may not be afraid, or you may be afraid of giving away part of the business to get it. You're not quite sure what it means. It's not a bad time to make sure you understand the different kinds of capital and get the right ones at the right time for your business to scale. Number 5, timing and pacing. If you put these all together, you realize that unless you have the right timing and pacing, you may do one of 2 things. Have a lot of clients, but not the resources to make the products and services to support them. Or you may be developing all the processes and products, but not enough customers. So you need to time and pace it well. That requires data. Do not forget the importance of data on every one of these 5 important focuses for your scalability. Now, let me go over them carefully. First is strategy. What is yours? Second are people, the right people at the right time for the right business that you're in. The third, ideas are important, but it's a business. Don't fall in love with the ideas so you can't see how to grow them. Fourth is the right funding at the right time for the right purposes. And the fifth is the timing and pacing. Now, as we work with our clients, we can only tell you that hope is not a good strategy. So you must be intentional here. You must think through carefully of what you want to become and how to scale your business so it can grow, thrive, and you can as well, because you're going to change as your business changes. Thanks so much. I'm Andi Simon. I'm a corporate anthropologist. I specialize in helping companies see, feel, and think in new ways so they can grow. Thanks for coming today. It's been a pleasure to share with you. Bye-bye now.